I haven't had too many videos up recently, and largely, I actually did record a number of readings for my series, but as I went in to edit them, the background static was so loud I had to throw them all out, and I think it was caused by the fan I was using. So I have replaced that fan with a new fan so that I can handle the heat and not mess up these videos. Which means I'm going to be re-recording those videos today and have them up in a day or two. Look for the first one probably on Sunday, but I did want to leave you with a little thought today. Besides my usual daily videos, this is something that occurred to me a few days ago, reading in section 112 of the Doctrine and Covenants. I don't think I talked about it in that video, so I want to point it out here. First though, let us read in the book of Acts. Acts chapter 17, verse 27. Now in this is where Paul preaches in Athens on Mars Hill. And he's preaching to the people of the unknown God, the God that they ignorantly worship. And let's first read 26 and then look at 27. 26 says, "And hath made of one blood all nations of men for to dwell on all the face of the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed and the bounds of their habitation, that they should seek the Lord, if haply they might feel after him and find him, though he be not far from every one of us." Now I want you to think about that phrase, to feel after him. What does that make you think of? Now me, personally, I always thought of this as, to seek God, that they might feel after him, like we're feeling after him in the dark. We're trying to find our way by touch, because we are in the darkness and we are trying to get to the light. And so we feel after him, we feel our way. And that's what it always kind of conjured up for me. And we see this again in section 101 of the Doctrine and Covenants. This is given to the saints. This is just after they are driven out of Jackson County, and the Lord is explaining to the saints in Kirtland why he allowed this to happen. And this is in verse 8. It states, "In the day of their peace they esteemed lightly my counsel, but in the day of their trouble, of necessity, they feel after me." So again, it gives the impression, initially anyways, that we're seeking out God by feeling our way. It seems to be a metaphorical feeling, of course, but in a more express way of saying it. Instead of just saying, "Oh, well, we seek God," this is, in our trouble, we have to feel our way because we are back in the darkness, and we're trying to get to God. And that's what it's always conjured up for me. But then I read section 112 again this time, and I noticed this. See, these are the three verses that talk about feeling after. We have it in Acts, we have it in Doctrine in section 101, but then we have this in section 112. Now section 12 is God's instruction to the 12 apostles and how they are to conduct their business. So we read in verse 13, "And after their temptations and much tribulation, behold, I the Lord will feel after them. And if they harden not their hearts and stiffen not their necks against me, they shall be converted, and I will heal them." Christ will feel after the 12. These three verses are the only three that use this expression of feeling after. In two of them, we are feeling after Christ, but in the third one, Christ is feeling after us. So what does it mean to feel after? And as I said, I always thought this was kind of a metaphor for trying to follow Christ, trying to grope through the darkness and feeling your way to the light. But from what it says here in section 112, I no longer think that is an accurate understanding. I think to feel after, we seek God, as it said in Acts, that they should seek God, that haply they might find him and feel after him. So feeling can't be seeking. And I think feeling, when it says to feel after Christ, when we find God, when we seek him, the next step is to understand. And so when we feel after God, we are seeking a true understanding, which comes through experience, which comes through feeling what God feels. We understand who God is when we understand what he feels. And when we reverse this and Christ feels after us, this is Christ coming to commiserate with us. He is feeling after us. He is showing us that he understands the way we feel. It is after our tribulations and trials that he feels after us to show us that he understands, that he knows what we're going through. So to feel after God is not just to grope for him in the darkness, but is to understand how God feels, what his desires are, how he acts, on our behalf. We seek him and we know him intellectually, but until we can feel him, we are not truly converted. And when Christ feels after us, it is to show us that he understands. That the two, we feel after him, he feels after us, we join in our empathy to each other. And through this, we are truly converted. Until we can feel after each other, all we have is an intellectual conversion, not a true bonding of us and God. But I'm going to leave that thought for today, and hopefully tomorrow I'll have my next video in my reading series up, and I will see you there.